Hello, boys and girls. Mr. Giumini with a little bit of review of Chapter 6 Concepts. I will be leaving out Lesson 6.6 in this one, just focusing on mainly Lessons 6.3 and 6.3, 6.4, and 6.5. Not so much estimating with percent or estimating with percents. Also not really working on converting fractions to decimals, percents. Let's take a look at this first one here. So I have the regular price of a sweater is $42.99. So there's the regular price. So when I go to the store, I'm expecting to pay this. Now I get there, it says, hey, 20% off. What is the amount of the discount and sales price? So it looks like I have one thing here. I have to find the discount, and I also have to find the sales price. So there are two things I need to find there. Now, when going for that, I'm thinking about it's $42.99. Now, I did need to figure out 20% off. So I need to figure out 20%. Need to figure out 20% of $42.99. Now, a couple different ways I can do this. We know that of means to multiply. So I can do, and I'm going to convert this percent to a decimal. So 2/10 or 20 hundredths, whatever you feel more comfortable with, times $42.99. Now, this is just going to find me 20% of $42.99. So let me grab my calculator here. Or better, let's just do this longhand. So let's go $42.99 times 2/10, which is the same as 20 hundredths. So that gives me 18. That's 18. That's 19. That's 4. That's 5. And that is 8. With the decimal over 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. And now if I think about this, I have $8,598 thousandths. Now I may round this up, round the nearest hundredth. That 8 times around the 9 up. If I round the 9 up, that turns this into a 6. So I'm getting $8.60 off. So that is my discount. So there's the one thing I find. There's the discount. I also need to find the new price. So with the discount in mind, that's what they're going to take off at the register. Now I'm going to go, hey, $42.99 minus the discount of $8.60. I have 9, I have 3. 42 minus 8, let's see here, can't do that. That becomes a 12. That becomes a 3. So it's really now 12 ones. So 12 minus 8 is 4. The sales price of that jacket, or sweater, excuse me, is $34.39. The other way I could have gone about solving this, I know to figure out 10% of a number, I just move the decimal over one place to the left. So 10% of $42.99 would be $4.29. If I want to figure out 20%, because 20% is just 10% doubled, I would have multiplied this by 2. 18, that's 4, that's 5, and that is 8. Now you do notice that I have about a 2-cent difference, in part because when I did it this way, I'm just rounding up. So that's why there's a slight discrepancy in these answers. But either way, I'm still getting roughly about $8.60, $8.58 off. I would still subtract it from this to get my sales price of $34.39. Let's take a look at another one. Ingham saves 8% of each paycheck for her college fund. If Ingham saved $18.80 from her last paycheck, how much was she paid? Okay, a couple of things here. I see 8%. 8% of her paycheck. Now, I don't know what her paycheck was, but her paycheck is something. If Ingham saved $18.80 from her last paycheck, how much was she paid? So we're trying to figure out this right here. How much was she paid? Well, we know she's saving 8% of,
Griffin
excuse me.
Could you please come to the office? Griffin DeMartini, please come to the office.
So it's 8% of her paycheck, which we don't know. And we know that 8% of her paycheck equals $18.80. Now, I like to do these with equations. What I'm going to do is I'm going to convert this 8% into 8 hundredths. So the 8 hundredths times P is equal to $18.80. I want something on both sides of the equation. Well, I can leave this P on this side of the equation just by simply getting rid of these 8 hundredths. So to get rid of the inverse of multiplying by 8 hundredths is to divide by it. So I'll divide both sides by 8 hundredths. Okay, now I'll grab my calculator. I'm going to take $18.80 and figure out how many times 8 hundredths or 8 cents goes into $18.80. And I get 235. So that tells me that last week Ingham was paid $235. And saving 8% of that gives her the $18.80. So look at the next one. 56 is 56 is 140% of what number? Again, I like to solve these as equations. I know that is means equals. So I have 56 on one side, I have equals on the other. I have 140% of means times. What number? I don't know the number, so I'll call that n. I need to change this percent to a decimal. Move the decimal over 2 places to the left. We're dividing it by 100. So that's 1 whole and 4/10 of another times n. Just like the previous problem, I want something on both sides of the equation. If I divide both sides by 56, I have nothing over here. So because I'm solving for 1n and not 1 4/10 of an n, I'll divide both sides by 1 4/10. That will leave the n over there by itself. That crosses out. I am allowed to use a calculator. I can take 56 divided by 1 4/10 and get 40. So my answer would be 40. So 56 is 140% of what number? It's 140% of 40. That means, again, I see this 140%, so that means this number is more than what I started with. If I take a look at the next one, I have 18 is, what does is mean? Is means equals. So I can set this, 18 equals. What percent? I don't know the percent. That's what I'm trying to find, so I'll call that P. Of means times, and we're going to do times 6. Now, I like to set this up so the coefficient comes first, the number I'm multiplying by the unknown, the variable. So I'm going to flip-flop these. I'm going to reverse the order. So 6 times P. Now I want to solve for 1P. Again, I want something on both sides of the equation. Leave the P's on this side because there's no P's to combine with it. So I'll divide both sides by 6. I end up with P is equal to, let's go with 18 divided by 6. 18 divided by 6. Doesn't that give me 3? Now, this says what percent. So if that's 3 and I want to find percent, I'm going to times that by 100. That gives me 300. So 18 is 3 times 6, so that means it's 3 times that, or 3 times 100%, so 300%. Okay, if you're feeling okay with these, you should do fairly well on the quiz coming up later this week. Take care. Bye.